Okay, I guess this will be a good practice run then, since this is a small group. But I just threw this together the other day. This was a topic that a lot of us on the committee were curious about personally. So this presentation is called Clearing the Fog on Fats, Oils, and Grease. Um, so in order to kind of clear up some of this mystique around fats, oils, and grease, we're going to hope to answer three simple questions. Firstly, who cares about fats, oils, and greases? Secondly, where are they typically disposed? And thirdly, how can we reduce our waste at home? So just a brief introduction. I'm sure you all are familiar with some examples, so I'm not going to read all of these off, but this was really just an excuse to look at some nice pictures of greasy, fatty foods. I feel like bacon is probably one of the most common waste fats or oils that you would get, as well as like shallow frying if you're doing like desserts. But bacon's probably the most common one. And it's hard to give up bacon. I don't know if there's any vegetarians on the call, but my building has a bagel and sandwich shop on the third floor. So sometimes in the morning, the entire elevator and hallway smell like bacon. And it's really, it's good and bad because it smells amazing, but it makes me so hungry. So topic one, who cares about fats, oils, and greases? The answer is we all do. So this is a problem that affects everyone. And I'm going to play a short clip here. This is from probably like a sewer maintenance company. And it's pretty nasty, but when you put fats, oils, or greases down your drains, this can cause major blockages, which in turn costs, up to millions of dollars in damage. Basically, they just have to like flush out these huge, massive clogs, which are like really nasty and gross. So hopefully no one was like drinking or having a snack during that. But this is something that affects a lot of people, either in your own homes or at a larger city scale. So it's important for us to know like what protocols we should be following around disposing fats, oils, and greases, because these can really add up to be costly problems. So how are fats, oils, and greases typically disposed? To the right, you can see a picture of what I have at home, which is, I think I must have gotten this gifted to me because I wouldn't have gone out of my way to purchase this, but it's like a little silicone bacon bin, and the top has a cute little pig face on it, but it's pretty handy. I only have like one minor complaint, is that it is silicone. So when it's warm, it's a little squishy. You just have to be careful, but it's been serving me pretty well so far. But generally, for those of us at home cooking for our families, we're going to come up with two possible solutions to dispose of our fog. The first one, I would say probably like 99% of people fall into this category, and that's the old-fashioned jar method, where you reuse your pasta jar or old mason jar, and you kind of let it fill up on the side of your kitchen stove for a while until someone is brave enough to put it in the garbage. Generally, that's not very fun to do, and it's normally greasy and gross. So they also recommend that you put these jars in a plastic bag or a sealable bag before you dispose of them. Which I also obviously have a problem with, is another like wasted plastic bag. But if you're fortunate enough, maybe or have a good relationship with like a local kitchen, because those or restaurant, those places generally have larger commercial pickup depositories where like the trucks will just come and suck up all of the used cooking oil. But that's not very common, and that's generally at a larger scale, not for people at home. So topic 3, how can we reduce our waste at home? And I'm not going to try to convince you to give up, your fried donuts or your bacon. Um, I Google imaged people eating salads happily, and there were like way too many images. So I don't think like anyone could be as joyous as this woman pictured here eating that like really sad looking salad. So that I don't think that that's a long-term solution, is to completely give up fried foods. So we're going to look at a couple of other alternative options. So ideally you could cut back. I've seen a lot of people either only doing fried foods like at a restaurant or somewhere out where they don't even have to deal with any leftover fog waste. But I've also seen the air fryers become pretty popular. So I think that would be an easy way to cut back if you're used to like deep frying or shallow frying. This could be a healthier alternative for you, as well as an alternative that can produce less waste. The second option is one that I stole from my mom. So I used to do this when I was younger. You can see that there's like a little recipe there, but it's really kind of just a blend of whatever leftover fat and like peanut butter and other edible things that you can leave out for birds and other critters, especially during the wintertime. Generally the block stays like pretty frozen and chunky, so you can just like leave it out there. But that's like kind of more of a fun interactive option because it involves nature and you're actually reusing this product instead of just letting it go to waste or throwing it away. And then the third option I saw actually was very recently. I'm a pretty avid Shark Tank watcher. I don't know if anybody else is, but I love seeing everybody's new ideas and their pitches and how they creatively solve problems. And actually, right before I made this presentation, I saw, I can't remember her name, but this woman was on last week, and she has a product called Fryaway. I looked on the website briefly, but I would definitely recommend you check it out because it basically turns used cooking oil into an organic solid waste. It claims, again, and you have to, with everything sustainability, zero waste composting, dig into the website and read what you can actually do based on your own composting and municipalities. But I thought that this was a really, really cool alternative solution because you're not using an extra jar, you're not using a plastic bag. You're basically just turning this waste product into a solid, and then you can easily like scoop it and throw it away. The site claimed you could also use it in composting. I'm assuming that's if it's a non-animal based fat, oil, or grease. And, within certain ratios and quantities, you could probably use a small amount of, say, vegetable oil in your composting bin with this product. Again, with the asterisk and caveat of, doing research on this product, but this was something that I just came across recently and it seemed really interesting and unique. So I would check that out if you can. So in summary, that this is a problem that most people have at a variety of scales. So you shouldn't stress about having the perfect solution. Like if it's like not feasible for you to completely sign off on fried foods, then don't do that. If your solution involves a costly product that isn't financially reasonable for you to keep up, then that solution just isn't going to work for you. The perfect solution is what you can try to do on your own. So, I mean, bottom line, you should definitely not be putting any of these items down your drain, but we can try to do our best to use these products to their fullest potential before we throw them away. So just, I guess, like a personal tip, whenever I set goals for myself, I like to make kind of like a gamified challenge. So if you take a small step and track it in a way that is fun and manageable for you, this will help you stay motivated with your goals. So for example, if maybe you're like a pack a week bacon family, maybe that turns into every other week. Like, don't just quit cold turkey or do something that is unfeasible for you. Because a lot of people have this problem and a lot of people tackle this problem from different directions. So a good solution is something that you try out, you practice at, and you tweak. You're not going to maybe get it right the first try, and that's okay. So this will help you stay motivated in reducing your fats, oil, and grease waste. And you can do your part to stop the blob. When I did a little bit of research, there was many humorous utility and waste company videos promoting or I would say advocating against putting fog down your drain. This is a short one that I will share to summarize kind of what I've just been talking about.
Clogs pipes, backs up sewers, spills raw sewage. It's the grease blob. And it wreaks havoc all over Austin. That cooking oil and grease you pour down your sink, it sticks to sewer pipes and can block the entire pipe. Only you can stop the grease blob. Stop pouring oil and grease in the sink. Place it in a can, seal it in a plastic bag, and toss it in the trash. Or recycle it at the City of Austin Household Hazardous Waste Facility. You can get more tips on how to stop the grease blob at this website. Do your part. Stop the grease blob before it stops our pipes.
So pretty funny, but serious at the same time, which is kind of how I like to take sustainability. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully there are no questions or comments, but can leave time for discussion if we want.
That was really brilliant. That was just brilliant.
Thanks.
I think I'm gonna stop this so that we can, Danielle can put this up on the website.